All right, welcome back. In this video, I want to talk to you about the power of parallel processing. Now, this is another one of my secret, not so secret tools in the Productivity for Creators arsenal. We talked in the last lesson about how to never run out of ideas. We want to put all of our ideas into a central system, and then we want to be parallel processing them to get the most out of our ideas. Now, what does parallel processing mean? It's sort of like a computer analogy, but it's like back in the day, computers would kind of do one thing at a time, and one thing at a time gets very, very slow. Nowadays, with modern processors and graphics cards, computers do lots and lots of different things at the same time. And so that's parallel processing. They're doing multiple things at once. The other way of thinking about it is, for example, if I use the example of YouTube videos as my creative side hustle, I have always got like a few hundred ideas for videos chilling in my database. And a lot of these ideas are at different stages of being cooked. Each idea is a pot, and I have a huge stove, and lots of different ideas are cooking on the slow burner. And so it's like, you know, when I first started YouTube, it was like, all right, one video, write, film, edit, publish. Another video, write, film, edit, publish. Another video, write, film, edit, publish. It was very much a one at a time type thing. And that's just not particularly productive because it's a very heavy lift to have to write, film, edit, and publish a video kind of all at once. And then it's always like, oh crap, what video do I have to do next week? I know that consistency is really important, but like I don't have any ideas and I'm starting from a blank page. And that's just adds so much friction to the process that it becomes really hard to actually put out content consistently if you're doing stuff one at a time. And as soon as I switched to a more parallel processing, slow burner type system, my productivity skyrocketed in terms of my creative output. Because the idea here is that you're never starting from a blank page. So if I show you our video database at the moment. So in this video database, there are like 200 plus video ideas, and lots of them are at various different stages of being cooked. So usually what we do is that once a month, I'll get together with my team and we'll say, okay, what videos are coming up later this month? And we sort of plan it out a few weeks in advance. And with a lot of these ideas, we're not starting from a blank page. We're not saying, oh my God, like we need a video, let's make something up. Because in my video ideas database, I have video ideas that I've been kind of adding to over a very long period of time. So for example, there's this video, 10 things I learned from my favorite YouTuber. I think I had the idea for this video over a year ago. And a year ago, I made some quick notes in a physical notebook and then I scanned them into Evernote, which I was using at the time. And I just had some general ideas, be like, Peter McKinnon is my favorite YouTuber. Here are 3 or 4 things I learned from him. Let me just add to this over time. And over the last year, I've had this idea just chilling in the video ideas database. And as I've watched more and more Peter McKinnon videos and thought about this, because it's just sort of on the back burner, I've added stuff to this list. And so now with my, I've got like 8 different things that I've learned from Peter McKinnon, and I added these over the last few months. It's not that I sat down one day, I was like, all right, let me think about 10 things I learned from Peter McKinnon. It was a long process. It was on the back burner for such a long time. Equally, if we take this video, for example, one day, I think it was a few weeks ago, I had the idea that, hey, I should do a video based around my household tech. And therefore, there and then I wrote a few different ideas straight into Notion about what things I was going to talk about. And then over the last few weeks, I've just been adding to this maybe once a week, just thinking of new ideas, be like, oh yeah, I do have this lamp with Philips Hue. Let me add that to the list. And then yesterday, as I was going through this and refining the ideas a little bit more, I thought, hey, I can split these up into different categories. Basically, we always have multiple videos on the slow burner. And so it's never that we are sort of starting from a blank page and thinking, okay, we need to make this video. It's always like, all right, cool. We've got these 100 ideas in the database. 50 of them have some bullet points written about them. So when it comes to deciding what video is going to be a month from now on Tuesday, we think, all right, let's pick one of the ideas that we're already working on, and then I'll just flesh it out a little bit more. And so whatever your creative side hustle is, you can do this. It doesn't have to be a YouTube channel. If you have a podcast and you have ideas for episodes, just write them down somewhere. And then over time, you'll think, oh my God, yeah, I could add that bullet point to that episode 3, which I've got an idea of about motivation or consistency, and you just add it in there and then. And then 3 months later, when it comes to actually recording that podcast, you'll have ideas in there that have been built up over time rather than it being a heavy lift. Equally, if you're a writer or a blogger, anything like that, again, everyone who does this professionally or successfully has a list of topics, and they sort of, they've got multiple things in the drafting and editing stages. They're not working on one piece at a time. So that would be one of my biggest tips for productivity for creators. Think about how you can turn your system into more of a parallel processing-y type system rather than thinking of doing things one at a time. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you can use templates to even further speed up this process. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.